As I can.
You know I'm
26,
dyslexic.
18, 92, hike!
Okay then, so that should be roughly enough time for the ads to stop screwing people over. So welcome back to the Tuesday game of Dungeons and Dragons Into the Maelstrom. Last week we had some fun, didn't we? And we had some adorableness.
Yes, we did.
So.
Well, I don't know about you, but I had a bit of fun.
DerKork now has a crossed pelvis. So, with that...
He had snoo stew.
Dungeon Master Seph, would you like to tell us a story?
Yes, last week the party made their way back down from the City of the Golden Dragons and found their Minotaur friends again, enjoying a nice comfortable night. Some people, the night got quite steamy. And that's really all that happened. So, we shall pick up where we left off the next morning.
In the steam room.
The next morning,
sorry.
with a certain Goblin who happens to be looking after a Kobold and a little Teifling as well.
I think he means you two.
Yes.
Well, last we left, Squish was out cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the morning.
Oh, okay.
I think what Jurnis is implying is, what the fuck happened to herself?
I assumed
Where?
that Storm just kind of found a cozy place to curl up with a little Squish in his arms.
Oh yes, would have chilled out by the fire till the party was over and it started dying down, but can't let the Goblin Bay get cold. So yes, he would have found a quiet place, a nice place for her to set up a bedroll and just snuggled in together, while making sure not to wake the Bay. Then the Sons would have snuggled up too.
It's felt like one of our amazing artist friends has created a depiction of such an event.
Oh yeah, not at all.
Where was it? There it is.
Yes, I paid money for wholesome snuggles. You're all welcome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I know, I love that pic. It's gonna get me through the
amazing.
hard times ahead.
That's so cute.
Oh yeah.
Anyway. So I assume Bolt is still drunk as a skunk, being held down by midnight to stop him picking fights.
Yeah, he would have been. So basically,
Make me a constitution roll for Bolt.
oh, poor Bolty boy.
Oh, he's buff though. He'll be okay.
Bolt is buff. He's a thick burb.
16. Oh dear. Yeah, he's fine.
See, Bolt will shake it off. He's good. He's a tough bulb. So I guess the morning finds us with Storm and Squish are all still snugged up in their bedrolls with the boys snuggled up against them. Because I don't think Midnight will quite get that, parents might need space.
Sorry, I got distracted by my husband coming in with a guilty look on his face and just admit to me that he's spent a lot of money.
Oh,
A
dear.
sin we're all guilty of.
What did he buy?
Apparently he upgraded our internet to a gigabyte of speed, and he was sitting trying to justify it.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Well, given that it is
I
partially a business expense for him,
Yeah.
1 gigabyte of space that never needs justifying. Ever.
That's what I have.
It was like,
But I
he
can
came
tell.
on looking all guilty. I was like, what's going on? I was like, Neil's a bad influence on me. And he says, what did you do? What was really, what did you buy? Well, come on now, it was, what did you buy? Anyway.
better internet. Well, we're making money with that, so
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, please, I've earned nothing from this. But alright. So, I think Little Squishy is gonna wake up, realize where she is, and fumble and make noises like an idiot. Because she is an idiot.
Good morning to you too, sweetie.
Hi. I wasn't expecting to fall asleep there.
Well, I am your Fluffy. I'm very comfy, I imagine.
A little bit. She like pokes the chest fuzz.
Don't tempt me. I'll shove you back in there. It's very hard to want to wake up when you're in my arms. But I suppose we must start the day.
I was gonna say don't threaten me with a good time, but that's something Squish wouldn't say.
Well, we know she's probably thinking it now if she can't articulate it.
Why is Midnight sleeping with his head on top of Bolt?
Oh, Bolt got pretty rowdy last night. He's probably making sure he's well behaved.
Alright.
Gonna say, your boy's tough in order to keep Bolt down.
His head is the size of your bird's body.
And need I remind you, my bird is nearly as big as you.
That is also a fair point.
Alright, you better scooch out first.
Alright. Clamber out.
And Storm will follow. Come on, boyos! Up and at 'em! I know where Jeremiah is, but I think we lost track of Orla and Ardeth.
All of a sudden you feel Midnight just grab you and pull you back in as your big plushie.
Ah!
Looks like I'm not the only one who enjoys the new fuzz.
Ah.
Bad Midnight.
You're a sweet kid, Midnight, but come on, we got things to do. Adventures to have, etc., etc. That don't
Kinda
you
what-
so?
Yeah, Midnight is kind of
Is he sulking?
a little bit.
Come
Oh,
on, buddy.
Mid.
Let's go find you some
Ah.
breakfast. So I shall take Midi off to get some food.
Okay. You make your way outside. There's a couple of Minotaurs just kind of cooking off some of the Thunder Orc steaks.
Well, that sounds like a hearty breakfast if I ever saw one.
Of course, feel free.
Oh, you're going to regret those words. I eat like an owlbear. Yep. Also, was that Jeremiah I heard in the background? Storm looks around. Hey! You around here, big guy?
He pokes his head out. Morning.
Well, you're bright and breezy. Have a nice night with your lady friend.
Well, to be honest, when all of our adventures are over, I think I know where I should go then.
Oh, fantastic, man. I'm happy for you.
Well, I'm happy for you and Squish.
Hey. We'll be here to give you a good send-off before we head about our business, whatever that may be.
Don't worry about it.
So, Storm says as he loads up a plate with an obnoxious amount of steaks for him and Bolt. Have you seen Orla and Ardeth about? Kinda lost track of them.
I think they went back into the tent.
Nope.
Not now, honey.
Nope, it was just me, Squish, the boys, Sammy, and Anarchy.
Well, they probably found a quiet place. Somewhere around. They wouldn't stray too far.
Fair enough. Speaking of, where is Sammy? Sammy! You nursing a hangover again, buddy?
He's standing right beside you, Storm.
Oh.
Good morning.
How you feeling, friend? Are you holding up okay?
I need to look down every now and again.
Well, the problem is, whenever I look down, I get distracted by you, Squish.
Uh-huh. Alright, hi Sammy. Here, have some meat.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Yeah, give me some of that. Protein's good for a hangover.
Yeah, and for once I'd like to save one of my spell slots. No offense.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I don't have that much of a hangover. I didn't drink that much.
Still, it was good. It was good that you gave me that little boost.
I figured you needed.
Uh,
Speaking of, do you need one this morning? I mean, Minotaurs, am I right?
I'm good. I mean, after the wrestling match, we slept it all a little off.
Aye.
And you never know how lovey-dovey they can be.
Mm-hmm. Tough love, I imagine.
Well,
But in a different way than the norm.
a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
Man, it's a shame that we have to leave, but we got things to do.
Yeah.
That reminds me. Where are the spider goats? Those aren't ours. We forgot to give them back.
Yes, there. Jeremiah looks around and points towards where they would cattle, horses, and spider goods.
Don't worry about that. We'll be heading towards the fortress soon, so we'll drop them off for you.
Yes.
Thank you. It's much appreciated. I'd hate to incur the wrath of Captain Escobar.
Yes,
I have a
give him-
feeling such a thing will not be easily forgotten. I could just hear the echoing across the mountains now.
At some point he will weaponize his shouts to cause avalanches and bring the mountain down upon us.
Hell yes!
Well, not if the dragons have any chance of saying something.
You
Dear
think
player.
the dragons stand a chance against an Escobar?
Well, to be honest, a few of the dragons against one Escobar sounds like a fair chance. And he gives you a playful shove.
You know Storm's gonna shove back, right?
I know.
We're men, it's what we do!
Oh, we don't have to look for them, they found us.
No, I was just jokingly sighing.
Well, it would have fit.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
You tell me. A few weeks ago, I had the dream of a guy sitting in front of a thing he called a computer, talking to people across the globe. That was weird. It was like I lifted the fourth wall.
Jeremiah, again, some of the things you say just utterly perplex me.
I didn't say it was a very smart or clever dream I had. It was the weirdest one I had in a long, long time.
Well,
Alright, Deadpool.
well, now I know why you're able to speak Niels' language so easily. Sure you hadn't partaken of some of the ganja yourself in your youth? I mean, I'm a Tabaxi. I mean, we get in the nip all the time, man. I wouldn't judge you.
I plead the fifth.
You
No,
see,
wait,
what the
that
fuck
doesn't
is
apply.
that?
That doesn't apply. Sorry. Yes. Code from my tribe. But yes, I had my fair share of experience with people who then indulged in it. though I never inhaled myself.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that conversation right there
Yes,
and look for our friends.
yes, we should probably look for him.
I'm inciting the shit out of that, though.
Okay.
Squish can't see shit.
The insiders on whom?
Cool. Well, Jeremiah, did
Well,
you smoke the weed?
not Jeremiah did not smoke the weed, and neither did the player, by the way.
Hey, fair enough. You're both squeaky clean.
Well, only in that regard. We might have inhaled passively.
I had it once, and it made no difference.
Well, all I had alcohol with it, and was not a good combo.
Oh no, no.
Smoking and drinking mixed, even if you're not the one smoking directly, not the greatest combo. I was feeling like I was going to puke my beverages out.
Oh yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
Like I say, for me, it was just like, I feel no different. What's going on?
Well, to be honest, people think I'm naturally stoned all the time. With a calm demeanor that I try to present. Anyway, let's get back to the game.
Just say, for some of the things I put in this game, you have to wonder with me.
Well,
but yes, we're digressing.
creativity and being stoned seem to be rather close by another. Anyway.
Yes. Meanwhile, in a little tent, not far from the main square of the encampment,
That Squish
Orla.
totally managed to avoid finding. Like, where'd they go?
I can help out with that, Squish.
But no, let him have the scene. Let him have the scene.
Orla,
Mm-hmm.
you're starting to wake up.
Orla stretches, moves to glance over and see how Ardeth is doing, and what her condition is, and how she is.
Roll me a insight check.
You got it. Insight. Orla Valor Fangs Insight. Ooh.
You turn, look at Ardeth. You can't be sure why, but you can tell she hasn't actually slept. She isn't tired, but she's kind of got that elven trance going on at the moment. But you can tell that she's deep in thought about something.
Yeah. And so Orla would not disturb her, but she would make a little more of a show than normal about getting up and grabbing her gear and stuff like that. She doesn't want to intrude on the meditation, but also is trying to let her know that she's, that she can be approached if she needs to be.
Good morning, Orla.
Did you rest well?
Yes, quite well.
I want to tell you something. Thank you for spending time with me.
It's quite all right.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. She basically she hasn't fully got dressed, but more just gotten what can be described as decent, basically.
While we're alone, I will say, you are very beautiful. I think I've mentioned that a few times in the last few hours.
Yes, Orla, you did mention it quite a few times.
It's true.
She's kind of... I'd say you can still tell she's kind of still not quite at ease with this whole relationship thing.
Then she says, Orla says, be at ease. It's whatever you want it to be, whenever you want it to be. And then she heads out of the tent, having put her armor on.
Ardeth is going to very quickly get her gear together, and follow you out.
For privacy's sake, Orla moves around in a circuitous route, trying to come to the group to look for them, and then come around at a different time and from a different angle than Ardeth. She wants to give Ardeth privacy.
Yeah, Ardeth's basically going to take a quick look around, find out where the group is, and join them.
Yeah, so Orla's not there yet, though. She's taking time.
So to clarify, Ardeth has joined up with the team, but Orla is taking a bit longer to get here.
Mm,
Well, there you go, Squish. Ardeth's here.
Hi, Ardeth.
Good morning, Squish.
You seen Orla around? Morning.
Yes, she'll be here in a few minutes.
Alright.
Any idea what she was doing last night? Didn't see either of you at the feast, really.
Oh, we had some things we needed to discuss.
Well, she is the academical sort, like yourself. Bit of a brain box. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure you have
and
plenty to talk about.
Yeah, and Jeremiah, the ever cheeky person, is going to incite Ardeth's statement.
Okay, give me just one.
Never mind. Storm looked down and got distracted by Squish.
Yeah, nothing seems unusual. Seems like we just had a actual conversation.
Alright. Must have been a very long discussion, since you seem to have been away most of the night. Then again, who am I to tell?
don't forget, by the way,
You know, Jeremiah.
yeah, we were at the feast, and remember, Orla did a big wrestling move and took down the village's tough Minotaur.
Yeah, I mean, yes, that happened. Orla took down Jeremiah's sweetheart.
I bet she still have plenty of fight left in her.
Well,
I would say it's safe to say at this point Orla shows up. She didn't take that long a route.
good morning, Orla.
Good morning to all. Are we ready to continue our adventure?
Well,
Our journey?
sure, but would you like...
West?
Okay, calm down. Have some breakfast first.
I suppose being ready for anything means having a good complete breakfast.
Damn right.
That includes it, yes.
We have meat and some different types of meat.
Well, I've also seen a few chickens run around, so I think we could also have eggs if we want to.
Well, I'm good with meat, and so is Bolt. Builds up the beef, you know.
Orla goes back to her usual side movements of, excuse me, having her weapon out and flipping it around and getting herself warmed up for the day.
Speaking of breakfast, did Middy eat all of his meats?
He did.
Ah, good boy, Middy. Eat your meats like that and you'll grow bigger and stronger than any other dragon we've seen thus far for sure. You know what? You deserve a little treat. Storm's gonna pull out the cupcake he got from the dragon. I meant this for Lord Aquanox, but I forgot to give it to him during our last meeting, and I don't want it to go bad. So, eat a little buddy. And Storm would just toss the cupcake at him.
I'm fairly certain that Aquanox doesn't need a cupcake. He can have them. He can dream them into existence.
Well, yeah, but maybe he likes material cupcakes as well, Jeremiah. I mean, if he has, like, mortal folk like me doing his work.
Yes, I mean, why can't gods indulge in the pleasantries of the mortal world?
See? Sammy speaks much wisdom. I mean, if gods could do everything where they are, we wouldn't have them, like, popping up every day or so to, like, confuse us or give us a quest.
There's only so much ambrosia a god can take before he sends out for pizza.
What is this pizza?
It's a type of flatbread popular in the Ventralian Empire.
I've never had one. Kinda wanna try it.
Well, perhaps if we get there, I'll be able to show you.
Ooh. Here's hoping our travels take us to Ventral at some point then. Hee.
Well, to be honest, some people put the strangest things on them.
What, like pineapple?
Some people frown upon that, but no, some actually put put chocolate on them and stuff. That turns them more into a pancake than anything.
What is
Yes,
strange?
dessert pizzas. Really, dessert pizzas are a real thing. Anyway.
Well, exotic foods aside, I realized something rather important. We have no idea where we are in relation to where we're going.
Well,
So
we know we need to go north of the mountain.
That we do.
Hmm.
And the mountain's pretty hard to... Ardeth kind of just points north towards the mountain.
Oh, okay, well. So much of that concern.
I mean, yes, we don't know where exactly it's located, but I think we can tell by the looks of things.
Alright then, follow-up concern. Getting back to Sanctuary from here. We were kind of adopted and brought here.
Fairly certain as soon as we find the coast, we know where we are.
Well, we know roughly the direction in which Sanctuary... We know Sanctuary's to the south, so...
Okay, fair enough.
Ardeth makes a kind of rough guess as to the whereabouts on the southern mountain Sanctuary is.
Okay, I'm sure I can fill in the blanks and get us there.
If we're completely clueless, we have means to get to our ship. I'm fairly certain.
Could always ask the natives if
Say
there's a way
about
to get through.
Yes, or we could ask the people from around here.
Well, alrighty
And
then. I guess that's every concern I had, so we're ready to go when you all are.
I assume there's a Minotaur nearby us.
Yep.
Quite
there's
a few.
couple, yeah. Just kind of milling around.
Squish is going to approach one that looks well traveled, like someone in like hunting gear or something.
There's a couple.
Hi.
Good morning.
We're trying to get to the forest on the north side of the mountain. Could you tell us the best way to get there, or if there's anything we need to avoid?
Well, you already know about the Gargantula, but they don't really come to the surface very often, but the best thing you can do is just head north, hug the edge of the mountain, and the forest that I'm assuming is the Fey Forest that you want?
I think so.
Correct.
That's the one!
Oh yes, you can't miss it. It's massive, huge. Like I say, just go north till you reach the base of the mountain, hug around there keep going around to your left, and you'll eventually reach it.
Storm wanders over. You know, since we're talking about the Fey Forest, I don't suppose your people have had any dealings in there, particularly with the unicorn inhabitant?
No, we tend to avoid that place.
That's fair. Fey are tricksy motherfuckers. Okay.
We tend to, it's more we prefer to stick to these plains.
Not much feeding ground in the forest.
Not particularly, my friend, no.
And hunting gets very tricky there as well.
Exactly. Last thing you want to do is annoy the unicorn.
It's even trickier than in a normal forest, yes. Thank you, and a good hunt for you. To you.
You too, my friend. Best of luck if you're going in that place.
I hope we won't need it. Good luck.
I mean, it would be nice if this was just like a simple case of heading in there, finding Unicorn, checking up on him. He's fine. And then we inform Sir Fotheringhay that it's all good. He just forgot to check in. But I think we both know it's not going to be that straightforward.
With the Fae, it's never that straightforward, I assume.
No, not at all. Even the Sealies, they're really tricksy and troublesome.
So the question is, do we walk or do we use the creepy goat things again?
I mean, they belong to Captain Escobar. They have to be
Yeah.
returned eventually.
Yes, and if we come across the big spiders, we don't want them to be turned into spider food. I think Escobar would be very, very angry.
I also don't want to be spider food.
Yes,
That
Well, I
sounds like
think
a
we
really
can-
bad thing.
yes. Still, I hope you're getting my point.
Yeah, you don't realize that both me and Sammy are very bite-sized to those things.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, Squish, you could ride upon my shoulders.
Looks at Storm, looks over at Mitty, who has a saddle. Look at Storm.
Alright, fine. Midnight has a saddle. You'll be a bit more comfortable. But the offer is always open to you.
I know.
Oh, you two lovebirds, you.
You got our number, Jeremiah. Well, Bolt, looks like you got the big bulky shoulder today. Yes, I know. It's magnificent, isn't it? Your perch is bigger than ever. Bolt very much has an air of, yeah, look how big my dad is. It's just that schoolboy like pride. It's like, my dad's bigger than your dad.
Anyway,
My deck.
aside from Storm admiring his new body, shall we, I suppose, make tracks? Yeah, we don't know how long it's going to take us to get there, and I'd rather not have to camp out in the open.
Hey, I am entirely ready to do my ranger thing.
Okay.
Look, Orla's already on the way.
What's that dot on the
Okay.
horizon?
Yep, sure,
It's
yeah.
Orla fed up with our bullshit.
She's want to talk. She ruined my speech.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I will-
it's
I
not
will-
on the beach. I'm just exaggerating.
I will seek an opportunity to balance that out. I am a paladin. And she's kind of like, you can, I mean, I don't know if you can tell she's joking, but she is.
Before we move on, Samael and Orla, I would like you to both to make me let's see what it would count as. Go with a perception check.
Okie dokie. Perception. A 20 and a 20. Okay.
So a quick Ooh, beats it. Yeah, you both suddenly feel something unusual in the air. Like
Do you feel
something's missing.
Do you feel that?
Yes. Where's that coming
Feel
from?
what?
What was it again, Seph? You kind of cut out.
It feels as though something is missing.
Orla's looking around at her gear and
Wait,
saying, I feel like something's off, like I've forgotten something or lost something.
yeah, so we happen to forgetting something.
Is Anarchy missing? I'm no suspicious.
Yes, where is young
Anarchy is being very. She's with a group. She's just being very quiet.
Yeah, Anarchy's just doing her extreme stealth thing.
I'm
Okay.
being stealthy on the back of this spider goat.
See, the reason this works so well is that we just forget she's here, and then suddenly she just erupt with all this boisterousness and just terrify us and everyone around us.
And
Crazy.
kill all the spiders and ducks. Don't forget that.
To be fair, travelling is quite taxing on her.
I mean, yeah, she's only a little girl.
Kids get bored easy.
It's a
Orla-
terrifying idea that Anarchy might get bored of the adventurer's life, especially since we just took down a god.
Yeah, I need bigger fish than this. We miss you, Lizzie.
Considering Anarchy's attitude, she probably would say that, wouldn't she?
Probably.
She does want to live forever.
And,
Alright, so something's missing, eh?
I don't know what. And Orla's looking around at the crew, at her gear, back to the crew.
It's like if you suddenly notice there's no bird song. That sort of something's missing.
Yeah, what I'm suggesting is Orla's not sure what it is that she's missing, so she's being practical and looking at what's something's off. What am I forgetting?
Hey,
What am I
Seph.
not noticing?
Checking everywhere.
Seph.
Yep.
Now
Yep.
that Storm is aware something is amiss, can he make a roll as well?
You can try.
Okay.
Would it be, and for Sammy,
Go.
would it be investigation now?
I would say insight. So nothing's unusual. Jeremiah, nothing's unusual.
Everything's where it belongs.
Wow,
What
like
you
insight.
mean?
You really can't put your finger on it, but something definitely feels off.
Well,
Yes.
what do you think it is?
Orla's scanning the horizon line. She is looking around now because she's reasonably secure she hasn't lost her gear, or that her companions haven't lost their gear. So now she's starting to look at the horizon and other things to try to scan the area.
Hey, wait, Orla. You're a paladin, yes?
Yes.
Don't you have like some sort of divine sense? If something's amiss, that might be the best way to pick up on it.
I don't think she has that, does she?
You do have divine sense, but it's not. It wouldn't. Yeah, you do have divine sense.
Okay, I didn't see it on my character sheet. When
It
I was
should be
looking.
towards the top of your
There it is.
abilities.
I missed it. I just missed it. So she's gonna do it.
Okay, 1 second.
And Orla says, if you think it would help, it doesn't feel like, I'll try.
You can't sense anything nearby, but as you're turning towards the north, you get a strong something is missing there. Like a piece of the
Orla
horizon
gestures.
is just not there.
Orla gestures in the general direction of the north and says, some kind of... It's as if there's nothing there.
Northwards,
Great.
eh? Towards
Yes.
the forest. This can't be good.
To be honest, it doesn't look like there's a hole in the world.
A hole would be something. No, this was nothing.
Nice.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Is the mountain missing?
No, mountain's still there.
I'm glad a Kubar got it at least.
Oh yeah.
We get. If you could roll me an intelligence check, please, Orla.
I'm trying.
Again,
Orla's disturbed.
this is just disturbing and confusing you too much for you to actually make sense of it.
Storm's a nature boy, he knows things. Ranger magic is related to druidic magic, which is related to the Fae. Is there anything I can do? A roll?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okie doke. Come on, Storm, roll good.
Orla's got his hand.
You could definitely sense something is disturbing the forest to the north, but you can't be sure what it is. All you
There's
can really tell is there's something going on.
There's something up with the weave of primeval magic around the forest. I can feel it in the earth.
Why do I have the feeling that it has to do...
Are we leaning towards Lord Harrowmount here? Is that the vibe you're putting down?
No, I'm actually putting the vibe the other way. The Arcadians.
Oh! Oh! Hooray!
That would seem like a logical choice, at least to me. Then
True.
again, Harrowmont's predictable in his unpredictability.
Well, suppose there's only one way for us to find out for sure. We're heading that way anyway, so now we just have to head forward, more careful than ever. What did I say? It wouldn't have been that simple, eh, Jeremiah?
It's never that simple.
Alright, everyone, shall we be off?
Well,
Carefully.
lead
Yes.
the way.
Okay.
Now I have that theme from the Neverending Story in my head. Thanks, Dean.
That was my line. I quoted it.
Great, now I have it stuck in my head as well.
Okay. Natural Explorer.
Okay. You start heading to the north. Eventually you make your way to a river, but I'd like everyone to make me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, great.
What?
Why?
River,
What?
we're trying to ford it.
I can control the water. Okay, no, I guess, oh, fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I got a 10.
Okay. Need to do a quick roll.
Minnie, no!
Isn't midnight flying anyway?
One second.
Got 5.
Jeremiah and Orla. The river isn't exactly flooding, it isn't exactly raging, but it's got a fair bit of speed to it. Luckily, it's not that deep where you're crossing. But yeah, you both kind of stumble and fall into the river.
Great.
Are you guys alright? Do you need me to part the water?
No need to
Nice.
part the water, it's just that I'm now sopping wet.
Okay, quick moment
Yeah.
of clarification. Did they fall
They-
into the river as in they're now soaked, or did they fall into the river and are in the process of being swept away?
Yeah, that's my
No,
question.
they fell into the river and are soaked. It's basically about a foot deep where you're crossing.
Exactly, the Mississippi.
They've got wet arses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's about the worst of it.
Midnight.
For no
Yeah.
reason.
Midnight is fine because he's amphibious, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Orla
Orla.
gets back up and tries to get back to the land and away from her embarrassment.
Or
Aw.
I would if I were you, I would check the books just in case they got wet a little bit as well.
When I'm out.
Yeah, but it takes about a minute for you all to get across. Because You can tell. You can see further downstream the river does get deeper and wider. But this
Really
is a
know
very,
you're showing off.
yeah. But this is a plains river, so it's not really that deep or torrential.
And as soon as we're on dry land, Jeremiah is looking into his backpack and checks the Granny's e-book.
The book's fine. Your backpacks
Okay.
are all pretty waterproof.
Good.
Question:
That's a
How
retirement fund.
is the divine sense still going?
Oh no.
No, it only lasts about a minute.
Oh, okay.
But
But if you want to use it again.
you and Sammy can still sense this strangeness to the north.
Okay, and I can still tell it's coming from the north.
Yeah.
The farther we get north, the more I sense that sense of something missing.
Getting
To be
stronger.
honest, you have even my hairs standing up right now, at least the ones on my neck.
Perhaps focus instead on preparing for whatever it is. Maybe it'll distract you from worry. Orla's in full combat mode. She is. I don't know how to word this exactly with the rules of D&D, but she is ready to go. She has her weapon out. She is ready the moment something. Even if it's an ally, it might be.
You're ready to action to whoop ass and you don't care who it is!
Yeah, she's on a hair trigger right now.
Oh yeah.
She says, "I recommend combat readiness for everyone."
Already ahead of you.
Yeah, we're ready for anything right now. Now if you're all dry...
Step very
see.
cautiously.
Again?
Yeah, you start setting off again. You reach the base of mountain, and following the advice of the hunter, you hug the edge of the base. So eventually, you just continue walking straight north towards the forest. I just need 1 second to make the scene transition.
Diddly-loo, diddly-loo, diddly-loo.
1 second, I just need to change the music.
Boy, I hope whatever's going on in this forest doesn't mess with, like, my primeval magic.
As you went into the forest, you can tell it's pretty healthy. But it is dark.
Unnaturally dark?
Roll me a perception check. No, it just seems as there's something unusual hanging in the air, but it doesn't seem too bad. It doesn't seem like the flow of elemental magic in the air has been affected.
Okay.
It's dark mainly because of how thick the canopy is.
Yes.
Well, it all looks good on initial inspection. Seems like a healthy for enough forest. But whatever's amiss is deeper within.
Things like to hide in the quiet places.
Orla burns another divine sense.
All up.
She's holding her amulet of Baphomet, or her sigil of Baphomet. Bahamut. I keep saying Baphomet. Bahamut. And
You
is focusing.
sense a lot of very tiny little lights around the place.
Lights indicating
The presence of
You-
good.
a presence of good.
Yeah.
She says, lots of lights, lots of good around us. Or at least that's what I perceive. It's not always true.
I suspect this could be the Fae.
That would check out. The fact that it's mostly good here is a encouraging sign. But that does kind of imply there might be rot spreading, so... Stay on your guard all the same. And let's try and cut to the root of the problem.
Mhm.
Out of interest, does anyone here have Sylvan as a language?
Nope.
Man,
Common and
No.
orc, sorry. No.
Common and orc.
Dwarvish elf. Nope.
if only Fleur were here.
There's no one has Elvish.
Afraid not. Storm has a lot of languages, Sylvan isn't one of them.
I never really picked up on the language back in my youth. Well, I say youth, after all, I'm only 32.
Oh, you
Lucky I speak
okay.
common.
You all start making your way deeper into the forest. Until eventually you all start hearing voices coming from all around you. In the trees. In the leaves. Everywhere you can just hear these little voices.
Well, we don't understand a word they say.
Nope.
Okay.
Orla looks around and doesn't bother to say anything when she sees the obvious signs that everyone is hearing that, I assume.
I would say not, no.
So, Sephy boy,
Yes.
Storm may not be able to speak Sylvan, but he can speak to animals, and this is a forest.
Are you trying to use? Okay. You're going to use a squirrel as a translator, aren't you?
Funny enough, yeah. You look up and you notice a small red squirrel just kind of sat on the branch.
Quick.
Good morning, my fluffy tailed friend. Are the nuts good today?
They've been better. Ever since the big guy kind of vanished, things haven't been so good around this place.
Ah, the big guy. A unicorn?
That's the fella.
Ah, we were sent to check up on him. Any idea where he might have gone?
Yeah, well, since you got that creepy, her, and Squirrel kind of points at Ardeth. Yeah, some creepy weirdos looking like her appeared.
We've met those kind before, but this one's good, I assure you.
Yeah, well, no, you probably don't speak the lingo, do you?
Afraid not.
You'll have to bear me 1 second. He kind of chitters. You can basically hear him speaking in another language. And you suddenly hear the voices kind of settle down. Don't worry, I told him that she's not with them, but yeah. They kind of took the big guy into their tomb.
Oh, that is not good. So, where is this tomb?
Kind of scampers down the tree and kind of sits in front of you and goes, "Come on, I'll show you."
Thank you.
What's going on?
The long and short of it, the Arcadians are here. They've taken the unicorn and they pulled them into a tomb. And the voices we were hearing were presumably Fae giving Ardeth a hard time because they thought she was with them. But I've let them know that Ardeth is A-okay. And this little squirrely boy is going to lead us right to the tomb, so keep up, everyone.
Alright.
Trusting the squirrel?
Well, yeah, it's kind of a ranger thing. You'd be surprised what animals know and how willing they are to help. Especially if you feed them.
Squish is like looking at the squirrel. It's like, feed the squirrel, or the squirrel feeds me. I promise I won't eat the squirrel. Yet.
Atta girl.
Well then, little squirrely friend, lead the way. I mean, the squirrel doesn't understand her. So,
Yeah, the squirrel kind of gets the idea and he starts leading you towards this tomb. As you basically approach what seems to be a small stone arch, sort of half in the ground, half out.
who the fuck built a tomb in the forest anyway?
I know those weirdos. I mean, they said it don't belong to them, so
I think it used to be a Arcadian ruin. They've reclaimed it, evidently.
Okay.
we
Well.
should be careful.
Oh, that's the order of the day, Ardeth.
That's the secret. With the Arcadians, we have to be always careful.
Indeed. Well, I imagine not going that place because it creeps me the F out, so I'll wait out here until you guys are done.
Alright, my
Jeremiah,
little friend.
Jeremiah actually rummages through his bags and grabs a few nuts out of one of his rations.
Storm will do the same.
Oh, thanks so much. Kind of watch him stuff them into his cheeks.
Earned it.
Hey. One good
Yeah.
turn deserves another, my friend.
The squirrel nods, kind of screws up a tree, and just kind of sits there waiting.
And I didn't hear. I lost some things. What did they give them the nuts for?
He led us to where we have to go.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
gratitude, really.
Yes.
And if I heard correctly when I was cutting in and out, Storm also explained what was going on in the translation.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, then then Orla does quietly say to Storm, "Can you tell him to keep a lookout for anything strange and let us know?"
I mean, he won't go in, so he won't be able to tell us.
I mean from here,
Oh,
What's
so
he
when we
gonna
come
do?
out?
Squeak really
Yes.
loud.
or something else comes in.
I mean, if something else
I mean, I
comes
appreciate
in,
the sentiment, Orla. It is sensible. He is just a little squirrel. How loud do you think he can squeak?
Anything is an
I'm
advantage.
surprised how loud they can squeak when you really get them.
Squish.
What?
Not this
I-
one.
I know, not that one. We've already discussed this.
Orla shrugs and then
The forest
proceeds to
goblin
move to head
used to be my
to
main
head in.
source of food.
Alright, enough conversation about culinary tastes. Orla's doing that thing again where she heads in.
Yes.
Oh, roll me a perception check.
Yes.
$15. As you make your way onto the stairs, you notice something lying further down. Just against the wall.
Can she perceive what it is?
You can just make out a humanoid form.
She raises a hand and looks back at the others and says, "There's someone down here. I'm gonna go investigate. Cover me."
Oh boy.
And so she holds for them to wait and heads down the stairs to the figure.
To be honest, that's how someday she gets herself killed.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way, 1 second,
Yeah, I'm just sensing humanoids.
you can't sense anything humanoid.
Great, it's a sentinel.
All as you approach, you can make out a humanoid figure made of metal. It seems heavily damaged, and it's basically leaning against the wall, trying to make its way further down the passage, but it's not really. The damage is very, very great.
Orla speaks and says, "I am Orla Velerfang, Paladin of a Bahamut. Who are you? Do you speak?
Speak. The construct turns its head towards you. Yes. And it tries talking, but it's... I would say, if it was a living thing, you would say it's in pain.
And
Well,
Orla calls
Orla?
back to the others and says, "It's a machine."
Yeah, I was about to send you a message to your mind, letting you know there aren't any humanoids in that place. But it seems you found that out.
It's not attacking. It appears badly... And she shrugs.
Wounded.
She doesn't know. She says,
Damaged.
damaged, wounded. I'm not sure which.
It looks like it went a few rounds with Sammy.
Do you need help?
Looks like it needs a mending spell, and I don't know that.
I'm gonna say, you're also at the top of the stairs, so you can't make out what this is exactly.
Yeah. She's
Oh,
calling
wow.
to others.
Well, we would come down, because we are smart enough
Yeah.
at this point to not let
Okay.
Orla go too
She
far
said
ahead.
it doesn't appear to be a threat. It's a machine, so she did tell him those things.
Come on, Seph, did you really think after Orla just, charged ahead and ruined, the
Look
whole
at me.
thing with Farquaad, that we'd let him go... Zarquaad, rather, that we'd let her get too far ahead?
As you make your way down, you instantly recognize this machine, even though she's heavily damaged.
No.
I'm gonna finish the job.
Storm, Jeremiah, Sammy.
Well.
I have a question. Before you do anything else, with regard to that creature, does Orla know enough as a paladin to know whether divine sense applies to machines, people?
It does not.
Okay, I didn't think so. So I just want to make sure. Go ahead, everybody.
It's the faux bird herself.
Oh.
Sammy pulls out his mace. Well, time to finish the job. Let it never be said that Samuel Morningstar didn't finish what he started.
Orla looks puzzled.
She's bracing herself on the wall. You can just tell by looking at her, she was heavily damaged.
Let me guess.
Orla,
The Overseer?
You have got to be kidding me.
Orla, sorry, go ahead.
You set a dragon on me.
Yes.
Trying to push us off a cliff.
To be fair, you attacked us, so
Twice.
yes.
Ooh. Orla looks and says,
Orla,
"Who is
wait.
this?"
This is the big mean machine that tried to kill us. Again, twice.
It's an Arcadian weapon.
Yeah, that.
To be honest, right now it doesn't look much like a weapon.
Aye, it looks like a stripped down weapon.
Is it alive?
No.
Not strictly.
It is a very complex machine.
Question. Looking at from whenever it fled, we saw it briefly before it fled. Is it as damaged as it was then, or does it have more damage since?
Technically, it didn't flee so much as got taken out by a dragon, but
Yeah.
yeah, you could tell that after you saw it last, it hit the ground hard.
Most of your blades are gone.
Flight capability gone. Most systems damaged.
But what is we're
attempted to come here to repair.
Ah, so was coming here some sort of instinct for you?
Closest Arcadian presence. Laboratory 5.
What do you know about this place?
Special research into divination, mantling, continuation of Firestorm Protocol.
What is this Firestorm Protocol?
I understand like 2 of those words.
Insanity is what it is.
Means something to you, Ardeth?
Ardeth grabs the Garuda by the throat.
Oh boy.
Is she here? Overseer is not present. Unable to command her. Ardeth just kind of lets her go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Orla was gonna say, Ardeth, please.
Firestorm was my sister's insane plan to try to control a fire elemental.
Jeremiah face bombs. Slowly. Fire elemental.
Yes. In her case, it was named Ishara.
Which
Would this
probably
be
is
the
Arcadian for fire.
No, that was the name it gave us.
Would this be the fire elemental we saw in, like, your vision way back in Chalza?
Yes, that was Ishara.
Okay.
Bad news all around.
Well,
1 second.
So if the Overseer's not here, someone else must be. And I don't think we need another shout around. But I think the big question is, what are we gonna do with her? Storm gestures to the Garuda.
She's defenseless.
Aye.
Yeah, the perfect
Go-
opportunity to disassemble her.
then again,
Orla shakes her head and says, if you do, I must stop you.
then
She
again,
looks very upset about that.
destroying this entity would make it would be almost like a mercy killing.
Orla, it's not a
You-
person, it's just a weapon.
You wish to reach Arcadia.
That is correct.
I can give you access codes.
And
Well.
Orla looks at the others pointedly and says, in exchange for mercy. Yes?
Yes,
Orla gestures like,
I
I say we do it.
do not wish to cease functioning.
Alright, I was not going to do it without your permission.
I'd say fear of death is one of the most mortal things of all, so there's more to these constructs than meets the eye.
Orla nods at that and says, that's wise. What are these access codes?
You watch as the Garuda opens up her chest unit, revealing a large green-coloured crystal. Take the crystal.
Isn't
Got it.
that also your source of energy?
The crystal is a source of energy and my consciousness.
We are not putting that in a new body just so you can up and attack us again.
Agreed.
Right then.
I was not expecting
Orla
you to agree
take-
with me. Now I'm confused.
He
Orla
doesn't
moves-
want to die.
Orla moves to try to take the crystal before anyone else can.
We
Are we
leave
try
it
gonna
to
to-
are
you.
we gonna have to make a roll to see who grabs it first?
Wait a minute,
She's-
wait,
You have
wait.
to-
Going for it.
Wait,
Dex
wait,
versus
just a minute.
Dex.
Yep.
Nat
Oh
20.
boy. Ah!
Yeah, Storm, you're out. Actually, Orla, can you roll me the dexterity check, please? Nope, yeah. Yeah, Storm just manages to grip Orla's wrist.
The only person who's like qualified to handle objects like this is Ardeth, I reckon. Are you alright to handle this, Ardeth? Or shall I take it?
Yes. Don't worry, I should be able to handle it.
Alrighty.
Ardeth kind of reaches in.
Wait, before you do that, Squish's gonna look at the Garuda. Why, after you've been trying to kill us, do you think we'll help you now?
I was obeying my purpose. I am no longer useful.
So what, you're just gonna give up on your purpose?
My purpose. She kind of hangs for a second, just tries to continue. I would be deactivated, regardless.
Really, at this point, Squish, what does the Garuda have to lose?
We have to
It seems the Arcadians would throw her away.
Ardeth, how smart are these things? Can these things lie?
If it suits him, yes, but I don't
It's in-
think this one's lying.
It's in a state where lying would gain it no advantage.
Oh great, we have a combat construct who's having an existential crisis.
Squish, roll me an insight check.
I thought you were going to make me roll an intelligence to see whether or not Squish knew what an existential crisis was.
Well, it's no better.
Yeah. All you know is this robot lady tried to kill you, and she might be lying.
I don't like this. But
In
now
the
you
worst
gotta
case,
listen to me.
Squish. In the worst case, we get a welcoming committee. In the best case, she is completely honest.
If
Squish
anyone
is
else,
just gonna look over to Ardeth. Well, Ardeth, you know more about these things than we do.
1 second. Storm. Yeah, you can tell that the Garuda's been completely honest. She basically would have to deactivate herself in this state.
Squish, take it from an investigator. At this point, the Garuda really does have nothing to lose. The only thing she can do at this point is deactivate herself. So it's either we turn her off for good or she turns herself off for good.
But she says she's in the gem. If we put the gem in something else, what's to stop her from taking over that?
We must show patience and mercy.
Remember
That is the will.
gem we put in Ardeth? And Ardeth went
That is the
all
will of.
grr. Yeah, sorry, Ardeth.
Well, we could smash the gem then. And I don't think the Garuda wants to compromise the only chance it has at living on in some other form.
Orla's
You know,
looking at
you know,
everyone-
you know it's still there and listening to us, right?
Yeah, I just said to soothe Squish's fears.
Orla is looking at everyone kind of sorrowfully. She's not happy with the group right now.
I think it deserves the trust, and we should respect, well, in a way, its dying wish.
The will of Bahamut is not to kill a defenseless opponent. If
Yeah,
it betrays us, we fight it. If it is not defenseless. If it is defenseless, we need not fear. Simple answer.
Let's just hope that if it does take up arms again, it doesn't have a full big squish mix like a monster action, like little clawed hands. Like, rawr.
If it does squish, I'll face it myself.
Ardeth,
No, you won't. But I'm sure as hell gonna say I told you so.
I'll accept that.
very carefully removes the crystal. You watch as the Garuda kind of just clatters to the ground. And it becomes inert.
Well,
Aw.
Bolt's actually gonna flap down onto the slumped Garuda's shoulders and just stare for a few moments, and then just give it a little nuzzle. It may be a fake bird, but it's a bird nonetheless.
oh.
FAUX bird, not FOE bird. Okay.
We should probably continue inside.
Yes.
Indeed,
Yeah.
we shall.
I have points.
And Orla, I would suggest you don't shout your name. We don't want to alert anything that's here, alive or machine.
You all continue on your way through the corridors, and I realise I haven't got the image. So 1 second.
Ooh.
You make your way. Yeah, you make your way down the corridor, finding yourself face to face with a very large door.
Orla moves to investigate the door.
You can basically see all these glowing lines on it, these weird technological symbols, and in the centre, what appears to be a handprint.
Oh,
And I
great.
suppose only one of us could possibly open this door.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Ardeth basically presses a hand to the door, steps away, and you all watch as the circle spins and the door lifts.
And here I thought the door was going to swing open.
You all make your way inside the laboratory.
Oh.
Why do those look like facehuggers?
Probably
They are.
because they are facehuggers.
As you enter, you hear the door close behind you.
Orla murmurs something to Ardeth as they go in.
Ardeth just nods. And you notice the tanks, most of which are empty, but the one in front of you here seems to be filled with living fire. And the one here swirls with shadow. Orla and Sammy, I would like you to make me Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh,
Oh,
goody.
Oh boy.
Why do even I feel sick?
The two of you get a very horrible feeling from this tank,
The shadow one or the fire one?
the shadow one.
Oh.
And I would like you both to make me perception checks. Yeah, you can both feel your holy symbols burning.
Something unholy. She points to the shadow. And she walks over and does a thing.
Oh boy.
Are you freaking stupid?
Orla,
Oh no.
Mhm.
roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yep. If I can, hold on. She's like standing there holding her holy symbol in one hand and using her divinity in the other, and then dexterity save.
You feel yourself pushed back, almost as though something has just hit you in the chest. You stay on your feet, but yeah, the second you try to turn the unholy on this tank, it rebounded.
I tried to turn it. The energy came back to me.
Seems it's rather beyond your power.
Something.
Hey,
Great
Ardeth,
evil.
have your people got a history of working with necrotics?
I don't think it's necrotic.
That can only mean it's worse.
Clearly something unnatural.
Why do we not have in moments like this? I'm terribly sorry, but I wish we had an expert on the shadows here with us.
Just gonna post something. Just posting something in the player chat.
Hang on a second.
I believe you're referring to Miss Holly, Jeremiah?
And yes, well, or the Raven Queen, to be honest.
She would have known what to do.
She would she would possibly know a little more about whatever the hell that is, and she gesticulates wildly in the direction of the swirling mass of blackness.
Orla and Sammy, you are feeling that same strange sensation, but now it is even stronger.
And Orla says, the sensation is growing. The feeling of
Nothing?
the nothing sensation or the heat sensation?
The nothing sensation.
Yeah. An emptiness, a desolation.
A place devoid of. Okay, that's.
A thing devoid of everything. The player knows, probably, but, ooh.
Yes, it is quite a magnificent specimen, is it not?
Here we go. The self-aggrandizing superiority.
As you hear a voice, you recognize, popping in front of you here, a creature similar to Ark. A similar projection.
What is this?
An image of light. In a sense, an illusion, but it's an illusion that likes to talk, maybe.
Yes, I am the record keeper for this facility.
Orla says, I am Orla Valorfang. What is that? What is that? What is that? She points to the two chambers we noticed.
That, he indicates to be the one behind him, is our guest from the plane of fire. She's quite, well, difficult. As for the creature to my right, he's quite a magnificent specimen.
Specimen of what?
Oh, our attempts at divination.
Your attempt at divination created something?
Yes, we decided that since our people did not quite understand your world, we should try to get to know your psyche.
Oh,
Great.
After
What did you divinate it out of?
And what did you learn?
Well, we found that your people were inclined to believe in supernatural entities, creatures beyond mortal power.
Belief is an interesting construct given that we have encountered these entities.
Indeed, so we decided to create some of our own.
So it's god goop, basically.
So you're trying to build your own gods?
In this case, yes.
Ugh.
We did quite well.
Hmm.
The dragon blood was difficult to get hold of, but I think we managed to perfect our organism.
Dragon blood.
Yes, it was quite a few thousand years ago, but yes, dragon's blood is the only one that seemed to have the necessary power to replicate the god.
That's for me.
And Orla's, like, raging silently.
I take it that you were not brought here by the master.
Ooh.
Why, the representative from from Eden, of course. You watch as he points over to the raised not quite a balcony, more of a gallery, but he points upwards to his left, revealing another Arcadian.
Didn't see you there.
Do
The
you
Arcadian-
recognize this Arcadian?
You do not. He tilts his head and looks at the party. In his
Well, you're
hand,
shockingly Oop.
in his
First
hand,
step.
another.
Sorry, Seph, you're cutting out, man.
Yes. In his hand is a crystal. Yes, the master came to reclaim our research data before shutting down the laboratory.
Just to clarify, that was this guy talking, right?
No, it's
No,
the construct in the hologram in
Just
front of us.
making sure. The master is still very, very quiet.
Well,
Oh,
So it's
don't.
he-
Orla, stand down.
Everyone, just be very, very careful.
Friend of yours.
Yes. And if needs be, we need to cover our ears or find some way of making sure we can't hear.
Such a terrible singer then.
Quite the opposite. Elwyn
Oh,
was one of the best.
One of the best what?
He was a bard.
uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
But I don't understand. I don't understand. He would always chat. He was always laughing. He's never been like this before.
Well, he's not the original.
Remember, Ardeth, I couldn't detect a single humanoid in here. It looks like him, but it likely isn't him. An animated puppet at best.
Little bit like the That would also fit the Overseer.
Elwyn looks around the group, and you start to hear notes of music coming from the large golden fixture at the base of his mask.
Oh boy.
Well, well. I'm not here for a singing lesson, sir.
And before that happens, sorry.
And Jeremiah jams his fingers into his ears.
And as he does so, you watch as he reaches and pushes a few buttons of the console in front of him.
And as this is happening, Orla looks over to Ardeth and says, "Now," very quietly.
Before you do that, he finishes the song he was playing, and he and his sentinels teleport away.
Oh,
Great.
we
The
destroy this
master-
profane place.
The master has issued the order. We are to release the specimen.
Oh, fuck
Great.
no.
And you watch as the tanks start to crack. You can hear a rumbling noise.
I wonder. That console is still there, right?
But we wouldn't know how
You
to
can't
use
reach
it.
it.
We wouldn't
You
know
can't
how
reach-
to use it, but we
You-
could.
You can't reach it.
We
It's not
can't
We all boost each other to get Ardeth up
I
there?
was about to have Jeremiah boost Ardeth up there so she can
It's
deactivate.
Midnight's turn.
it.
He can fly.
Yeah, but Midnight might not.
He's a puppy.
I know. I was just picturing like the baby pressing buttons, desperately trying to save Squish.
Aw.
Oh, I was imagining the more Patrick Star saying, "We have technology."
We are not cavemen.
You watch as the tank ruptures and shatters open from within as you look upon what looks like an adult
Mickey?
gold dragon. Except its scales are tarnished and burnt and seem to have been silver at some point.
Oh god, it's a tar dragon.
At the same time, the other
Fucking
tank
fire elemental.
ruptures and cracks, and you hear a loud bird call
Oh, fire
Silent
phoenix.
Phoenix?
coalesces into a phoenix. The dragon hisses loudly, glaring at you all and at the phoenix. And I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Okay, this is gonna be an interesting combat.
Now I just need to find Ardeth's token.
That bird is on fire.
Ardeth's token is over here.
Oh, Storm, even with
Um,
advantage, you got an 8.
And I've got it.
Ardeth has a plan.
You
I
mean
think that
Orla?
plan might be a
Orla has a plan.
Yeah, because my plan of action is basically go in there, pummel the dragon, and not die instantly, which is going to be fairly difficult.
Orla's gonna try something. If the other people who get higher initiative don't do it first.
Did I get? Oh,
Oh, come on, guys.
Everyone's in the initiative?
I don't see myself. There I am. Yes.
You're.
Let me check.
Oh
Yeah,
god, I'm last. I'm almost
No.
last.
No,
Yeah.
it's. Oh. Yeah, relatively speaking. Yeah. First up is Samael.
first things first. Ready defense on everybody. Since we're
Good
all
move.
together, and I was able to go first.
I love
Yeah.
that village.
Okay.
And so I don't forget.
Speaking of not forgetting, Brain. Dragons are one of your favorite enemies. You get a +4 to damage against them. Remember that.
Okay. So, what do I... Semi's a little tiny boy, so... I'm going to first pull out his crossbow.
That hits.
Okay.
Look, it's most likely like pinpricks.
Yeah, but still. Okay, gonna aim at the fake dragon.
At the Mecha Godzilla.
Okay, your bolt hits it. Is it? And would you like to move?
Yeah. Gonna go back a little bit, even though wait, have this. So it's 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna back 20. And information. My spiritual weapon.
Isn't your child divinity bonus action?
Is it? So. Oh no. Ignore the attack then. It's an act.
Oh.
Channel Divinity was an action.
I'll let you have that. I
should have read that better. I'll remember for next time.
Look, if anyone speaks giant bird, now is the time.
I mean, I can give it a shot.
And then I'll attack the dragon again. As soon as I can control it.
Okay.
I'm assuming a 20 doesn't hit.
20 hits.
Oh.
It's a giant fucking dragon, of course it hits.
Whether it does any good or not is the issue.
Oh, you don't know. It might have a higher armor class. Let's see. I am actually going to cast this. What?
You need to roll damage.
Give me a second. Oh, I actually want to save that. So, I am going to just cast it at level 2. I do 3 more damage. Woo! At least I'm dealing damage.
Spins and smacks into the dragon's hide, but doesn't seem to do that much. Next up,
paper cut.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, what Jeremiah just said is now being said, so anyone speaking giant bird, because I have the feeling that monochromatic that tarnished dragon over there, no offense, isn't going to be very pleasant.
Me and Bolt can give it a try. Bolt's an actual bird, and I can speak bird.
And Jeremiah just takes a few steps in front, covering a few of his friends, and readies himself to defend. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, next up is Squish.
I have muted myself. Okay. I'm deciding whether to do death from above or just run at it. Not gonna try that on the bird because the bird is on fire.
I'm just going to tell you now, you've got about 40 feet of air clearance.
Excellent. Okay.
Distress dragon noises.
Well, for one thing, Midnight is getting nowhere near this feckin' thing. Either of them. How big is this dragon?
It is gargantuan.
Holy shit.
So it's between 15 and 20 feet tall.
Yeah, I'd say it's a full 20 feet.
Okay.
Phoenix is roughly the same size.
Alright, well, Squish is gonna do air cavalry then. She's gonna mount up on Midi. And because I have nothing else I can do until Midi moves. The pebble bounces harmlessly off its snout.
Yeah, I've played 10 misses.
10 barely does make it.
Okay. That's Squish's move. She's mounting up on Midi.
Okay. Next up is Bolt.
Alright, here we go. An interesting turn for Bolt, because he's gonna fly right up to the Phoenix, get up in its face, and he is gonna squawk, "Hey, hey, hey! Great bird of fire! Lend us your talons and your wings, and we'll all get out of here alive!"
Roll me a charisma check.
Come on, Bolt.
12?
The Phoenix just glares at Bolt. And in that case, what is that thing over there?
My ranger said it's Godcoop. Used to be a dragon, apparently. Ain't a handsome boy. Ugly motherfucker.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well, Bolt used up his movement. The Phoenix isn't directly being antagonistic right now, so that'll be Bolt's turn.
Okay. The Phoenix spreads its wings and lifts up towards the roof of the arena and starts to circle.
Alright.
So that. In 1 second to just work out the distance. Yeah, it's just basically a circle. It's got 120 feet of movement in flight, so I'm not just going to just move it around randomly. So.
Oh, God. We can understand that.
Meantime, the dragon looks at you all and grins. And I just do a quick calculation.
Oh, fun.
I won't count Anarchy. We'll just say Anarchy's in the corridor, is basically run off to the side, so she's out of the way. But it smiles at Squish, Midnight, Storm, Ardeth, and Sammy.
Oh
Nice.
no, it's gonna
Quick
breathe something at us.
Check. You watch as its grin widens, and I need to roll 12d.
Sorry, 12?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep in mind the radiant defense.
Yep.
Oh. I
Okay.
we get to a
I
dexterity.
would like you all to make me. Yeah, you need to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh, great.
Oh, I don't want to look. I don't want to look.
Sorry,
Oh,
just
no.
one second.
I might live just barely.
Yeah,
Wanna look, I don't wanna look.
Oh, yeah. You watch as it opens its maw wide, and a white-hot jet of flame impacts into these tanks here, as you all take... Actually, Squish, you only take 35, Jeremiah takes...
Squish takes nothing.
Huh. Okay, Squish, you take no damage, but Ardeth is knocked out.
Oh, fantastic.
It's knocked out.
So's Midi.
Yeah.
Also, Seph,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements. Oops, wrong one. There we go.
Me real quick, see if I
You
can.
basically absorb. Yeah, you absorb the damage. So,
So it halves it.
and you're already on half. So that takes it down to 17.
17.
That's better.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In continuity with the opening scene, I just picture everyone being like, "No, his fuzz!"
My muscles are tough, and so is my fur.
I forget, are we level 7 or
You're
level
level
8?
7.
Okay.
Level 8, that's the dream.
Yeah, Squish gets cool monk shit
Staggered
to avoid stuff
damage.
like that.
Next
No. Go on. I'll calculate the damage for the radiant defense here.
before you do that, I would like you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, damn.
The second the flame hits you, you expect to see the dragon injured by your radiant defense, but instead, you almost feel as if something hits you in the chest.
It's reflecting holy damage.
Because it's technically divine itself.
Oh no!
Midnight. Your turn?
Or should I even bother?
Just gonna roll a d20. Okay, that's one success.
Okay. Next up is Orla. You can see... you can basically see Ardeth is knocked out.
And Orla runs and says, as she runs, she goes, "Fire can purge this profane thing!" And she's getting close with her weapon.
Orla.
And I'm trying to find it on the. Sorry, guys. You know I have trouble reading. Give me just a moment. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It just Sammy's dead, by the way.
Yeah.
Wait, Sammy is down?
Sammy's down? Oh
Uh,
shit!
Unless it was 70, I have 66 points. Unless I somehow miraculously saved on my deck with a 7.
You got to make death saving throws on your next turn.
Yep. Just saying. If somebody can
So
go to me and maybe revive me.
But Ardeth needs to as well, but she has to wait till her turn to do it, so just ignore that one I already did.
She is going to. I'm trying to bring it up. Sorry, guys. It's.
Alright.
Don't
she's
you worry about
going
it.
to- Thank you, guys. And she's. Because of who she is and what she is, she's going. Can I cast another Channel Divinity? Turn the undead? Or unholy, I mean?
You
want to
try.
You want to get headbutted again? Okay.
Oh, she's determined, man. That was...
Throw.
Yep. She doesn't know. She's never met anything like this before.
So Icarus is just shaking his head from Vorsal. I hope you know that, D.
She said
Oh,
fire can purge the impure thing. You should be happy with that.
Orla, you basically feel the impact in your chest again as you are not prone.
It seems your powers are useless against it.
you can hear the dragon start laughing to itself. And the voice sounds familiar.
It's Holly, isn't it?
Mm.
I'm joking.
Orla, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Next up,
Right, well, this is going south pretty fast. Jeremiah, the Phoenix is decidedly neutral right now. So, we'll see how that goes. First things first, Ardeth is fucked.
You got a
Does
potion?
Is Orla able to hear that?
Whoops, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. So yeah, Storm's gonna summon his healing spirit and dump it directly on top of Ardeth, so...
right,
Poof! Goes the big buff lying.
If you put it there, you could get MIDI as well.
Sure, I'll take that advice.
And then they'll free Squish up to go and heal Sammy
Yeah.
next round.
See the silver mountain.
Bear just 1 second. Hang on.
Yeah, it's a big boy. Not as big as the Derg, but yeah.
1 second. Just need to boost its size a wee bit
There you
and
go.
give control of it. Okay.
Right,
And how much does that heal them for?
I will check. So, right here, yeah, Jurnis?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good. Alright, let me click it. Because Roll20 now works in a sensible way. Oh, come on! Well, what?
You had clicked for
Nope.
4.
I had
Two.
clicked it before, but that was my
I'll
error.
take the first one, mate. I'll take the first one.
Thank you, sir.
I'll move it to the side so we can still see tokens.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ardeth
it just
is
appeared.
revived. Yeah, Ardeth and Midnight are both revived with 4 HP.
Alright, that's Ardeth taken care of. Sammy's turn. And I'll burn my other second level slot on a cure. wounds.
Grandma, is that you?
Nope, I'm afraid it's just beefy Tabaxi men. Up and at 'em, Cleric.
If you touch a crit, need to. Oh, that's okay. So, mass 13.
Yep. Okay. The storm used 15 feet of movement, so he has another 15, so he can get back, or use 3 on agility to get 30. Yeah, let's not be massively dumb. And just head back to where we were. And that'll be his
massively
turn.
dumb is Jeremiah's territory.
I don't know,
I-
you might have competition there now.
I'd say Orla, yeah.
Yeah, next up is Ardeth. She's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Ignore my
just-
lesser restoration too. Sorry, guys.
she is going to get into position, and you watch as she lifts her hand and casts. Casts. Come on, roll 20.
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt!
That's what she's casting, but roll 20 doesn't want to allow it.
It's showing it. Lightning bolt, evocation 4, casting time 1
Yeah.
action. So we get
Right.
the description.
1 second. So that's 9d6.
Yeah, you might need to delete that from Ardeth's spellbook and put it back in from the compendium.
Oh, no,
so
I
it
know how
takes
to do it.
advantage.
I know how to sort. I know how to sort it.
Okay.
So yeah, you just watch this lightning bolt just arc across and slam into the side of the dragon. Ardeth is going to then activate her blade song, which will boost her AC. And that's her turn. Next up Samael.
Okay, give me one quick second. Let me see if there's a way. Oh. Of course. Okay, we will put a pin in that. And you know what? Because it seems that might be reflecting radiant damage. I'm gonna get 18 points of healing back for myself. Really, is that? Okay, so 18. You know what? I'll work out the math later. Run out. And Sammy is going to move over here. 30 feet, so. And that is his. Nope. Back with his spiritual weapon. I'm assuming 19 doesn't hit.
19 hits.
Very, very lucky.
Chipping away.
For
11 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Yep. Your axe spins and hits. Next up, Jeremiah.
Well, looks like it's time for me to attack this instant dragon just at water. Jeremiah makes his way over here. By the way, Radiant Shield's gone, so that's going.
Well, yours wasn't, but
Well, you were down.
you know what? Well, fuck it. Continue.
Alright. Little bit of rage.
Okay.
Rage against the dragon. And the Mastex will try to make
That hits. For 18 damage.
And second turn, same as the first. Misses,
That
I
misses.
presume.
Yeah, that
Well,
misses.
in this case, Frenzy,
Okay.
and 20 hits.
That hits.
That's another 12 points of damage.
Excellent.
You do not get to them.
Next up, Squish.
Okay. First things first. She is going to pull out a greater healing potion. She's going to give it to Mitty. And then she's going to tell him to go and hide. And then she is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 45. Because she can't move that far. And then she's going to try and distract the wagon by doing something really stupid.
That hits.
Okay, excellent. Flurry of blows. 1,
That hits.
2.
That hits.
I would like to try a stunning strike for an extra key point. So it's 2 key points used. Stunning strike, he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, bear with me just 1 second. Constitution save.
And in the meantime,
Yeah, he makes it, I presume.
and in the meantime, I'm gonna use my
Makes
last attack.
That misses.
Okay.
The dragon turns and looks at you disdainfully. Next up is Bolt.
Pick on someone your own size.
So,
Trust me, I will.
so Bolt's still giving the Phoenix a hard time. Hey, what's the matter with you? You're not burning enough to take on this, like, malformed mook? I guess it's up to us to show you how it's done! You have a cooked turkey!
Insult the possible ally.
Oh, Bolt knows what he's doing.
Roll me a
And he's just
d20.
gonna... This will be fun. Just appeal to their ego. That's how it works with birds.
Yeah, the Phoenix is just ignoring you.
A wimp. Alright then, yeah. Bolt's gonna show him how it's done. And claw the fuck out of this, like, fake god. Yeah, Bolt's pissed on that 20.
Yep, roll damage.
11. Alright.
Next up is the Phoenix. You all hear it call, and it swoops down. That's 32,
Oh boy.
33,
I do not like how large these numbers are.
19,
Is it
That's,
attacking?
24, so that's 53.
Who is it attacking?
And it swoops down, and you watch as it pecks a bit of the wings and draws its talons across the dragon's face
Yeah.
before going back up towards the ceiling. Next up, it is the dragon. He looks around the group to find the one who's offended him most.
Everyone points to the Phoenix.
Orla has tried to dispel it twice and called it a profane thing, so there you go.
So I just need to roll this again.
And is right in
yeah.
front of it.
Yeah, he noticed that, and I just need to do a quick check of something. It grins, opens its maw directly at Orla. You watch as it draws in a breath and fires its breath weapon again. It's D12. Sorry, I just need to double check it. Sorry.
Sorry.
Bye, Orla.
12 D10.
Yeah.
I would like you to make me a dexterity save, please.
31.
Giant orc plate girl is gonna do her dexterity save.
Hey,
I'm afraid that does not beat it. You take the full 72 fire damage.
How much HP does Orla have?
You watch as, like, she burns down to... How much was it?
You take 72 damage.
Okay. So, you watch the visual equivalent of her just taking the full armor. She is still standing. She looks very hurt. And she looks back on fire. She's, and she says, I still stand for Bahamut! But
They know when you
really,
die.
really bad.
Dragon Smiles. Next up, Midnight.
Okay.
You can
Mitty is gonna drink the potion his mama gave him, which was one of the greater healing potions from the bag of holding. I've already taken it off. So that's 4d4 plus 4. So 4d4 plus 4. That's great! 9 whole points of healing for Mitty.
Hey, better than nothing.
Yeah, true. So that's
Is
13.
If Mitty moves into the lion space, he can heal.
Doesn't he need to end his turn in it?
We'll double check, but I don't think he needs to. Let me check the spell. Let's see. Blah. Until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you see moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So, nope, any time during the turn.
Alright, how much healing does he get if he pokes it?
I will click. 6.
Mitty will take it. That's 19. Then Mitty is going to make a beeline to hide like his mommy told him.
okay. Next up is Orla.
That is like a chair he can hide behind, right?
No, because that's on the balcony. He can't get up there.
But he flew.
Yeah, it's like a console, so we can hide behind it.
Okay. Mitty is hiding.
Next up is Orla.
This ain't no
Can
fight
she
for
lay
a
down
puppy.
Can she lay hands on herself?
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So she says, "As it is Bahamut's will, so I live to fight." It says I get
You should have about 45 points of healing available.
yeah. I'm looking to find it. Where is it on here? I don't see anything about temporary points. I see 7 hit dice.
It's your paladin level times 5.
Yes.
7 times 5 is 45, yes.
Yes.
So she's going to use 45 on herself.
Nice.
Okay.
Go big or go home.
You
Yeah.
still got a bonus action.
Okay, and she says, "Your death is nigh, profanity!" And she's trying to intimidate the dragon.
You know what I'm going to
No
go with
point.
this. Roll intimidation.
He's gonna laugh you to. Okay.
Oh, come on. That still can't be enough. Not for
No.
this.
I should point out, I also get proficiency in intimidation, so, because I'm menacing.
Okay.
I am menacing.
The Sin? That's its name? Badass.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he has I use legendary resistance, so it doesn't work.
Oh, well, she had to do it.
Hey, D, don't feel bad. Now we know it has legendary resistances.
Well, there you
It
go.
has 3 of them, and we've now used 1.
This is
Next up.
fantastic.
Is Storm.
Okay, first things first. Let's heal up our cleric some more. So I'm gonna use a bonus action to send a line bounding over there. So whoop. Move him aside a bit just so we don't cover Sammy up. See how much health Sammy gets back. 2. It's something.
I go from
Sorry,
31
buddy.
to 33.
Every little helps.
Right.
Is
True.
there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah. Storm's gonna charge over there, Devillo out, and see if gods can bleed.
Go for it.
Is he technically flanking with Squish?
Good.
Yeah, that
24.
hits.
Okay. So that's 12 slashing, 4 poison, and I'm gonna use my
I
sword.
just very quick check something.
Why does it do it like a? Okay, whatever.
Yep, it takes a poison damage as well. Needs to
And-
check on that. So that's
And
16.
also free fire, but I'm gonna presume it's resistant to fire.
Again, I just need to very quickly check this. Yes,
No,
resistant to fire.
So it takes an extra 1 damage then.
Oh no, sorry, it's immune to fire. Sorry.
Oh, then it takes nothing.
well, it takes the original 16.
Oh yeah, but I mean no fire damage. That's what I meant.
No fire damage.
Okay. Oh, because I keep forgetting I can do this. Where is that skill? A coordinated attack. So, yeah, because Storm attacked, Bolt can use his reaction to also attack.
Okay,
20.
that hits.
Excellent.
An extra 7 slashing damage.
Mhm. And that is Storm's turn.
Okay, next up is Ardeth. She's gonna move into position here to get a clear shot. She's going to cast. 1 second. That's going to be at level. So that. Oh, 6 shards. Second range spell attack. Go with Ray Frost as the attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 of those hit. So that's 9d4. Actually, I think it's a d6, isn't it? For oh no, it means we get to do 12d4. So yeah, it's 12d4. $27 points of damage. Yeah, this dragon just suddenly gets perforated.
Good.
That's all she can do. And next up is Samael.
Okay. Okay. Double check. Okay. Going to. You know what? Stay where I am for the moment and cast. I mean, it's better than nothing, but Healing Word.
Mm.
And Orla gets back 4 points.
Yeah.
You may also give the lion a boop to get more healing yourself, if you like.
I will do that, and I also get.
The spell works so much better with Beacon of Hope to augment it.
And because
BRB, everyone, I'm still listening. I have to go mute for a moment. Be right back.
No worries.
As a spell restores points other than you this turn, you regain hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So that is 4 more points for me in total.
Okay. Is it okay? You would like to move?
That was a bonus action actually.
Okay.
And so I still have my actions.
Okay, go for it.
So, okay, so I can't use my spiritual weapon because that's also a bonus action. But what I can do is pull out light crossbow.
Uh-oh.
And shoot my foot.
Yeah, roll me a D100. Roll me a D4. You aim, but you suddenly get hit by another wave of that strange sensation in your chest. And you are basically knocked back for 3 points of damage, and you're now prone.
Okie dokie.
Next up Jeremiah.
Well, I got nothing better to do than fail.
Yeah, that misses, I'm afraid.
Fail.
That misses.
Curse.
Aim for the underbelly.
Turn for
Not
the
the side.
Oh wait, I still am frenzied, so... But my bonus action,
that
going
hits.
to hit. And that's a nice 16 points of damage. Go on, Firebird. I'm just tenderizing him for you.
Next up is Squish.
Squish was keeping an eye on her little son. Now she sees he's Seph. She is not going to kid around with this fucker anymore.
That misses.
Okay, and again. I missed. There we are.
Yeah, that misses as well, I'm afraid.
Alright, well, bonus action, one last melee hit.
That hits.
Hooray! But I can't
And?
use my flurry of blows or anything. I will,
Okay.
however, use Fury of the Small and do an additional 7 points of damage.
Okay. Next up is Bolt.
Yeah. So Bolt's just squawking uproariously, and he's basically just going, yeah, show me more of that sweet music, soul sister! And does basically the bird equivalent of a mid-air fist bump before turning his attention back to the the sin. And
That's Final Fantasy X.
Not quite. You're getting the reference, but not quite.
I presume a 9
Right.
misses. Oh yeah,
No.
advantage. Yeah, sorry.
Roll that damage.
5.
How do you want to do this?
This thing has eyes, yes.
Yes, it does.
Let's do an old Bolt classic. Let's claw out his eyes, baby. Let's leave it a mush.
Bolt swoops in, dragging his talons across the dragon's eyes. It emits a loud, horrifying shriek, and you watch as its flesh just melts. It melts down to the bone. You watch the bone start to crumble and disintegrate. All the while, it's emitting this howl of pain. You can see Storm. You can actually see the god's true form now.
Oh boy.
You see a small, horrible, malformed platinum dragon
Oh.
as it fades from existence.
Puny god.
So Storm is just like wrinkling his face up. It's like disgusted beyond all reason. Like he looks like he wants to throw up. Meanwhile, Bolt is just like squawking up at Storm, just going like, yeah, birds do it best!
And I would like you to roll me a religion check.
Oh, fun.
Did we just beat up a corrupted Bahamut?
A 4.
You know exactly who the platinum dragon is.
Oh, with a 4?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Okay, so what is it?
You know that God, the Arcadian, tried to recreate was Bahamut.
Which is why none of the powers of Bahamut worked on it.
Oh,
Exactly.
oh boy, Alkanox, that is just disgusting! I figured out why your powers couldn't work, Sammy, Orla.
Why is that?
They tried to remake Bahamut, their own Bahamut.
Orla,
That's for misimitation.
Orla looks horror-struck and ashamed. Kind of hanging her head.
Sammy's just like pissed right now.
Orla's disgusted and ashamed.
And in the meantime, Sammy's going to come over to Orla and try and heal her. But because
Before you do that,
yes, we still have a
You're
Phoenix.
a bird.
who in the party can speak either Celestial, Abyssal, or Infernal? Actually, we'll go with Celestial. Who can speak Celestial?
I speak primordial, but that's not what you're asking for.
You speak. You do realise you could have spoken to the Phoenix with Primordial.
Yeah, because it's a fire entity. But Bolt had it covered. Look, you got to hear me give Bolt a voice. It was worth it.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, everyone in the party can speak Celestial. You hear a voice. Leave this to me as my final gift. Everyone who's taken damage, you are now fully healed.
Good. My poor son didn't deserve to be hurt like that.
The Phoenix banks round and lands on the remains of its tank.
Well then, Storm says, in primordial, Ignan specifically. Thank you for your assistance, Great Phoenix.
Let us just say that that abomination had it coming.
Yeah. To say the least, it certainly did. Such a piteous creature shouldn't have been forced into the world.
And yet I am curious, since you seem to have one of my captors in your group.
Ah, I presume you're referring to Ardeth. No, she is definitely not with them.
I would like you to make an insight check, please. Storm.
Sure. Yeah, she might have been there in the past.
As you look over to Ardeth, you can't see her face, but you can practically sense the hatred radiating off her.
Ah. Oh boy. I'm guessing you have past history with a friend of... Hmm?
I've never seen her before in my life.
Really? The way she's acting, she seems to have seen you. Perhaps in some shape or form.
The Phoenix tilts its head. Perhaps it has been many centuries since I was sealed within this tank. But I have never seen that one before.
Well, I have a theory as to what's bothering her. But that's our matter. Suppose the best thing we can do for you is to get you out of here.
Oh, don't need to worry about that. I am quite capable of leaving this place now. You've disrupted the suppression device.
Suppression?
Sammy, can you speak Primordial?
No, sorry.
Because this conversation is going on in Primordial.
Sorry, forgot, got distracted.
And just so you know, you're just hearing Storm sound. He basically sounds like a fireplace right now. That's actually how Primordial works. It actually sounds like the elements. It's yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna have no problem getting out of here. Question of curiosity: we're tracking down a unicorn. Don't suppose you know anything about that?
Ah, yes, the unicorn. I believe he's being stored in She kind of tilts her head and then points to this tank here. He should be in there.
Alright, thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Huh?
Before I go, it is customary for me to offer you a chance to answer a question.
Any question we like, huh?
Yes. Bear in mind that current events are not exactly my specialty.
Aye, matters of the past will be better to be asked, yes?
Yes, or questions of an arcane nature.
Understandable. Let me just confer with the group and we can see... we can figure out what we want to ask. Bear with me a moment. So guys, Storm says in common, the Phoenix has offered to answer us any question we desire. Though it's not really worth asking about current events. You know, matters of the past and questions of an arcane nature would be more appropriate.
We want you to tell us the answer.
42.
The answer to what?
The answer.
I'm actually checking my notes and stuff to see if there's anything we could actually ask.
I mean, if it wasn't a current event, I'd ask where the big bad guy is, but that's a current event!
Yeah, I'm pretty stumped. I mean, we could ask about matters regarding Sune. We've pretty much got that covered, I think, to the best of our abilities. You know, that mess whenever we have to deal with it.
Well, you might be interested in how to get rid of her.
I mean, we already know one way.
Maybe something to do with the floating city. Like, don't we need to find that at some point?
An artist. Sorry.
I'm sorry, there's a floating city? I missed that one.
Floating city? Says Orla.
No, the one that you saw and where the other four claimers are, the bad ones.
Arcadia.
Oh, Arcadia. I thought that was another world.
Currently, it's sitting on the edge of this, as I understand it. Basically, it's here, and yet not here. Am I right in that statement, Ardeth?
Yeah, speaking of Ardeth, does Storm see this?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
And Orla was whispering to Ardeth.
Yeah, you can see Ardeth is just hair trigger at the moment.
Yeah.
And Orla, roll me an insight.
Mm-hmm.
She heard she heard what you said, but she can't speak right now.
Orla, you see Orla nod and say in full volume, "I understand."
Alright, I think maybe it would be best if we dispense with the questions for now, since we can't really seem to decide on anything, and let our Phoenix friend be on its way.
Thank you, Purifier.
So Storm would just, like, go over to the Phoenix again, and in Primordial's just like, yeah, I'm afraid we can't really settle on anything, and we wouldn't really want to keep you here. I think we're good for now. I think it'd be best you take to the skies once more. Can't have been fun being cooped up in here for centuries.
Indeed it wasn't. With that in mind, you watch as she kind of reaches to one of her wings, preens a little, and you notice a strangely small red feather float down towards you. When you do find a question you wish answering, just use this feather.
Ah, thank you. It's very kind of you. Certainly keep it safe till then.
Okay. You should add the Phoenix Feather to your inventory.
Hell yeah.
You watch as the Phoenix lifts up and basically goes into its full flame form before vanishing.
Oh. Oh. That's over with. Kind of wish I had some holy water to purify the ground over there and make sure that thing never comes back.
I mean, don't you know ceremony?
Don't think. Clear talking. I don't think that's a spell I put on.
Dang.
Then again, it took a lot of time and effort to create the mockery.
Blasphemous image.
Speaking
Profane.
of... Ardeth, are you okay? She's gone now.
Ardeth is still struggling to speak.
Leave her be while she deals with this.
Very well. Give her some room.
Yes.
Stay with her, Orla.
I'm going nowhere. But I am leaving you be, Ardeth.
Well, time to rescue a unicorn.
Yes. It's in this tank here.
Which one? Oh, that one.
You know, the
What-
one that says horse tank.
So before we proceed ahead, the healing spirit has 3 charges left. Does anyone want a little bit of healing?
We already got
everyone's
healed.
healed.
We already got fully
Whoa.
booped.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So bye-bye, lion.
Yep.
Dispel that. Can I delete it? Yes.
Is it wrong that my mental image of the lion is just Dura?
Well,
Mine
since
is-
you came up with the idea that Barrelborn and Dora are related, maybe there's a similarity there.
Okay, so the tank.
So, quick question: when we were fully healed, did that include spell slots or just HP?
Just HP.
Just HP. Gotta ask when it comes to
Phoenixes.
Phoenixes.
Phoenix has powers involving life force, not magic.
Okay, important clarification. So, unicorn in the goop.
The unicorn is not in goop. It's just kind of stood there in this tank.
Is there a way we can open it up, or are we smashing this thing open?
No, you can see a lock on the side of the tank.
Is it a normal kind of lock, or are we gonna need someone with access
Roll
codes?
me an intelligence check.
Yeah.
I mean, if
8.
necessary, I can smash that lock.
Ooh, you lucky boy. Yeah, it seems to be a simple enough lock. You just press this in here, twist this, and push that button.
There we go. Give him some room, guys.
Boop,
There's a
boop,
soft
boop.
hiss as the panel slides away. And I just need to quickly change the music for this.
This is what I put in player
1
chat, what I always
second.
picture for the lion.
Pretty much, D. Also, hell yeah, Visionaries. I love that show.
Me too.
I wish it had more. It ended too soon.
You watch as an elegant hoof places on the floor. Storm, you can feel the nature energy radiating, as well as the divine energy,
Mm-hmm.
as the unicorn slowly steps out into the room. Its mane, long and golden, flowing as if there's a breeze in the room, tousling it. It looks around the group, bows its head, and lifts it up again.
Well then, hope your experience in here wasn't too harrowing for you, my friend.
The unicorn looks at you, Storm. It opens its mouth and replies, "Yes, it was quite an unpleasant
Jesus.
experience."
So I'm guessing, sir, you didn't like it.
No, I did not like it at all. Frankly, it was quite a crowd in there.
Well, now you have the option of walking right out of here.
Thank you, large miss.
Yes.
But still, I should show you some gratitude. Come, follow me.
Oh, gladly.
You watch as the unicorn leads you past a wide-eyed, practically squeeing Anarchy, out of a room, up the stairs, back out into the forest.
Meanwhile, Anarchy's asking all these questions. Do you really poop rainbows? What happens if you...
And I think that's where we'll leave it here for this.
What a lovely note to end on. Do you poop rainbows? And that's the Anarchy way.
My Squish
So-
is not happy whatsoever.
So,
No.
play of the game.
Can I give it to Bolt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Absolutely, Bolt.
I've been ruminating on Bolt's voice for a while, but I didn't think the opportunity to use it would come up so soon.
It sounded like a teenage rascal, I have to say.
Yeah.
Good. That works.
Fail of the game.
I mean,
Us all standing in the way of that fire breath? Jesus Christ! You almost wiped out the entire team with that! Squish
Yeah.
would have been down without her evasion.
If I hadn't managed to evade it, even I would have been down. we were this close to a TPK.
honestly, I am gonna say Sammy because he moved into that line.
Any thoughts, theories, ideas?
Ugh.
Where did they get the bath of the Bahamut blood?
Mm.
That's what I want to know.
Squish is gonna be pretty upset for a while.
Yeah.
She's not gonna
That's
let
what we should have
midnight
asked.
out of
Kitty
her sight.
Hondo will have to have a conversation about that.
Yeah, too bad that Orla was paying only attention to Ardeth and didn't hear all the stuff about asking a question, or she would have asked that.
So, going down the list, it's a good night from Kork,
Good night.
a good night from Icy,
Sorry, I had food in my mouth. Good night.
a good night from Jurnis,
My baby!
a good night from D,
Wash your hands, wear a mask, and make sure to use distancing even in the holidays. Your relatives will thank you in the long run.
a good night from Kubar,
Good night, everybody.
and a good night from me. Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Night.